I might need to check out that. But look at that. Cyan making a huge move on the blue car. They're now neck and neck. It looks like blue is trying to hold him off, but he can't. Good afternoon, everybody. Seraph here with some more Scrap Mechanic, and I've done it. I've given up on the custom piece track, the track pieces. Well, not really given up. I've just kind of put that aside for now and decided to make something that was more consistent, and decided, you know, why have something that's so laggy as custom track pieces when you can just have custom terrain pieces and then have a car that can ride on those? Oh, wow. Wow, of all the times to screw up, it's this one time when I'm actually recording. That's hilarious. But anyways, yeah. So that's what I did. Instead, I decided I'm just gonna make a giant custom train pack. I'm using a train pack from STI. I don't remember. I'll probably put him in the description or like the link to it in itself. And it's just basically these roads, which is all I used. And then these pipes are like in the Scrap Mechanic. And so I made like little attachments on these pipes at the top that you can place little turn lines, is what I call them. They're a bit wide and they don't reach all the way yet because this is just a little test. But I've redesigned the car. Instead of looking downwards from these sensors, it looks upwards on these sensors. And that's how it knows which way to turn based on the color of this little bar across the top, which I believe is fine and it works. There's no distance sensing, so it can't tell if it's against a wall at all. So that's nice. I mean, not nice, but it's pretty consistent even without all this stuff. And the good thing about it is I can put as many of these as I want pretty much without causing too much lag unless they start trying to collide with each other all at the same time. And I mean, that's all Scrap Mechanic stuff, so I can't help that. So yeah, I've made it also a little bit wider, as you can see, and I just did it so I could do a double bearing with something that slows down, because I've decided screw it at this distance. I've made one that's consistent at this speed, but this is a real speed right here, especially for something as big as this track. So here we go. Without further ado, I'm gonna have this go, and I made I kind of scrapped together something I could like see the whole track with in the custom terrain editor, which is really cool, by the way. I never really used it that much until now when I've decided to work on this. So as you guys can see, we have our car driving pretty well, just a single car. It can make a good consistent probably 3 or 4 laps without crashing, depending on how the physics of Scrap Mechanic feel at the time. It is self-adjusting, as you can see. It has a little compass on it, so it won't, when it oversteers, it corrects itself. It is a bit slow on the correction. I might need to make that a little bit faster, but I also don't want to make it too twitchy or else it might flip on accident. So yeah, as you can see, it just made 1 lap pretty much without a problem. Let me just place this here so it doesn't hit it. Yeah, as you guys, yeah. So next, I don't know. I have nothing to say. I'm so speechless. I'm kind of proud of myself for this, even though it's really not much work. It was just really a redesign and a repurpose and rethinking of the problem instead of trying to make a different solution. Now I'm going to race these guys. I do not have a starting block yet. I've just like finished doing this like yesterday pretty much. So if I have figured out a way to make a starting block from a ceiling tile or something like that, then I'll post it and you guys will see it. But for now, I'm just going to have to race them. I think I named it Speedy with a timed breaker. I have one without a brake and then one with a brake because it tends to crash sometimes. Let me wait for this guy to come around, reset this, and go for it. I believe that'll make it work. Yep, so that's 2 down, and it's pretty smooth. I mean, I am getting some lag from, I guess, recording and just general Scrap Mechanic. Hopefully that'll get fixed as they start updating, especially with this new spud gun coming out. I'm going to make another one coming after they get back around, if they do get back around. That's the thing. I kind of stopped my thought on the spud gun. I guess you guys already know, if you guys seen the Twitter, they're going to do that for survival mode. So that'll be exciting. I can't wait to do a series of survival mode with Scrap Mechanic as that comes out. And we have a flipped car. Wow, that was not fun. But anyways, Scrap Mechanic physics are not consistent at all. And cars like these do tend to get flipped off a randomless like flinging of, I don't know, they get in the air too much or they lean or something happens. So I could like put shocks or suspension on this thing, which I don't want to do because that will cause a lot more lag and a lot more inconsistency which isn't super nice, but it's all right. But yeah, now we have 3 cars going around. I could make it so that they slow down a little bit. Oh shoot, there is a little collision there. Anyways, as you guys see, they're pretty fast. I mean, I can do them. I will show you guys the slower version and race these, but I want to show off my fastest versions first. You know, put the best foot forward, and I'll get probably 5 to 6 of these going, maybe even 8, depending on if they survive for that long. I'm gonna do another one here. Block that off, and I'll do these there. So now they're all pretty much racing. Now we got 4 going. I don't know why they're over adjusting so much when it comes to turning, so I need to figure that out. I believe it has something to do with when it stops braking, it tends to jerk itself back into place or into a different place. So that could definitely be the problem. Or if they hit each other. I do not have any way to survive collisions. I can't figure out that. I have made them so they turn away from each other so they don't collide, but they tend to veer off the course when they try to avoid each other. So I just made it so, like, you know what? Tough luck. If you collide with something, tough luck, and I hope you have a good time. Anywho, as you saw, like, these can get back on track, but now the compass is off, and every time they flip, the compass goes off. Wow, looks like we have cars flipping left and right. So I guess the more cars there are, the more lag there is, and the less accurate calculations of physics there are, and then they end up just hitting walls and whatever. So I'm going to try to reset these guys as they go, and we can see if we can get pretty much a full-fledged race going on. They do pass each other sometimes see, like, I don't know. Nothing's changed, but they've all of a sudden just stopped working as well as they used to. But yeah, they do pass each other on the inside, which is really fun to watch, especially if you're having like multiple colors and you can watch them race. It's pretty fun. I don't know. I'm enjoying this project all of a sudden now that it's not giving me so much problems. So here goes these 2 going around the corners. Very accurate, very smooth when they're working and not having to deal with other physics. Here comes this one, going in the corner and then speeding up once it passes that. And then any other ones are probably flipped, so we'll look for those. All right, well, here we kind of go. I have a weird, consistently laggy race between 4 cars, and they're all different colors. I don't know where the other car is, and I just knocked this car off course, except for some reason it did not phase it. Maybe screwed up the gyro a little bit. Yeah, definitely screwed up the gyro a little bit. Or a lot of bit. But yeah, okay, let me try this again. Oh dang. We got a small race here between green and blue. Blue is trying to catch green, and something screwed up green. So there is a weird lag thing, some weird spikes that happen and cause these things to flip off. I don't believe that's my fault. I believe that's just the scrap mechanic fault, because they wouldn't do that otherwise. At least I see it now. I can't blame something on the software side or hardware side, I guess. I can just blame the game. It is an early access game, so I can't give it too much crap. I can just say that once this is a perfected-ish game, hopefully there'll be less. I know it's impossible to have none at all, but hopefully there will be less bugs. Dang it. I really wanted to show off a race. We got blue and green again. Going along, racing along here, about to hit each other. Oh no, just narrowly avoided collision there. The little dust trails that they leave up is hilarious. It's almost like they're going super fast, but I mean, they are going pretty fast, way faster than sprint speed. So I'll give them that, but it doesn't make sense for the road that they're on. So I'll have another race here between green, or no, what is this? Red and purple. I didn't want to use yellow because, all right, so there was another one right there. That was really interesting. It just kind of veered off there. I do not know because if it was turning so fast that it started to lean, that could have been the problem. And actually, in fact, I'll set up a race between my slower versions and see if that fixes anything, or if there is still some weird turning mechanic problems, because at this speed, there's bound to be something going on. So I really can't make too many excuses about blaming the game, because these are going pretty fast and things aren't going to be super tight when they're fast. So let me just take these off the track real quick and set up a race between my slower ones, which I named them just Pop Logic Car. I kind of inadvertently caused a very unfair race between a really slow one and then the fast ones. Watch this guy get zoomed by. Just... Here it comes. Let's see what happens here. How do they interact? I believe he's going to pass him on the outside, and that's exactly how it's going to be. That is significantly faster than that. Wow, that's actually scary how much faster that one notch is on the electric engine. The gas engine is super fast, and I really don't want to mess with those kind of cars, but I might have to if I want to make something cool. I don't know. We'll find out. Just going to try to start these nearly around the same time. I don't want them side by side because they will collide and pretty much ruin the whole point of a race, but they'll catch up. Hopefully. I don't think they will, actually. This is just going to be like a linear race. But something might happen. We'll see what happens when we have 4 of these slow cars racing at the same time. We'll follow them around. Let's actually get rid of this thing in the middle of the track and see how this race goes. Alright, looks like we have the blue car in the lead, followed by the cyan and the red car. And yellow car is just pacing it in the back. That was my fault for not resetting its flicking switches in time. But it's fine. It's alright. We have handicaps in races, and that yellow car does not have one. Because it's so fast. Anyways, looks like cyan is coming up. It looks like there is a bit of a switching for the gyroscope sensor. I might need to check out that, but look at that. Cyan making a huge move on the blue car. They're now neck and neck. It looks like blue is trying to hold him off, but he can't. Oh my goodness, we have red car and yellow car still in the back. I don't know what's going to go on here, but it looks like they're not going to do anything different besides this next turn. This will define who gets in front, and it's the cyan car taking the lead. But the blue car decides to go on the inside this time and try to get the lead back from the cyan. Red car and yellow car are still in the back doing their own thing. And it looks like we're going to have a collision here. Oh my goodness, no we don't. But blue car does take the lead. Cyan car can't hold him off and does not take the inside. So it looks like we're going to have pretty much neck and neck back-to-back turn here. I don't believe Cyan's going to make any moves here. Red car and yellow car are still going. But it looks like yellow's catching up to red a little bit. So there might be a race for third here. It looks like blue is still holding off Cyan, but Cyan is starting to move towards the inside. This is probably going to cause a collision, folks, and we're going to see it happen right here on Auto Racer Raceways. And there it is. Cyan car has been flipped, but not eliminated from the competition. But now that the racer camera car has now hit it, we can say he's been thoroughly eliminated, because he's going to go off and hit the wall, and blue car is going to go off and hit the wall as well. And that makes red car the winner. Wow, look at that race, everybody. Oh, I'm kidding. That was screwed up. Okay. So yeah, that is essentially how our races are going to go. And I'm actually pretty excited to see what's going to go on here. Wow, that's actually really exciting. I can't wait. I'm going to have more than 4 colors going at one time. I'll have a starting block that staggers them as well so that they don't hit each other as well. Yeah, good race. We got yellow and red still going. Red has thoroughly passed yellow. Yellow is struggling right now. Cyan is having a little bit of technical Cyan and blue have technical difficulties now with their turning. And oh my gosh, wow. Cyan is trying to jump the track. He's having a riot over here. He's trying to be an anarchy. No, we're going to put you as a racer, okay? Just accept your fate, please. Make me happy. It looks like we have all 4 cars still racing. There is some lag. I believe they're about to collide. Well, maybe not. Actually, no, we have a nice spread. It looks like we have red in front, blue taking up the back, cyan in the middle, and yellow below red, or behind red. This is how a race is usually. Probably not in this. If we added 2 more cars to this, we could. And I can also fix their gyroscope sensor, I believe, because there seems to be flicking instead of properly adjusting like it should be right now. And maybe it's helping, maybe it's not, but I believe that's causing some things to screw up. But I guess they haven't fallen off track unless they hit... Oh, shoot. Oh, blue. Blue with a very aggressive turn, but not going to be able to correct himself because of the flicking gyroscope and hitting the wall. Okay, so we're going to have to fix that. I'll get back to you guys after that, and we'll have another round of races, and we're going to see exactly how well these cars are in the field. Alright, we're almost 40 minutes into recording, and I finally have another race set up. Kind of. It's not as even as I would like it to be, so I might have to slow down yellow for a little bit. to make it even. He was in the back, but I guess it's fair that he gets a head start now because he's so slow. Anyways, yeah, all right. Now we got a three-way race right here. Yellow is way in the lead. We're going to go and make him slow down a bit for the fairness to the other racers. And oh, don't tell me I'm just out of his range. That was annoying. Anyways, this race is still going with these three cars. Yellow's still out in the lead. I believe red is going to try to make a move on blue, and cyan is keeping it in the middle or on the inside, so he should be fine at where he is. We now have a hold on yellow, and we just slowed him down a little bit, but things should be fine now. All right, there we go. Red has not made a move on blue, and in fact has actually slowed down a little bit. Okay, here we go. We got 4 racers on the track, ladies and gentlemen, and we have, I don't know however many laps to go until somebody crashes. We're going to watch this race, see what moves get made and who does what and what improvements can be made on these car AIs, especially when it comes to collisions with each other and or passing each other. That would be interesting. I could, ooh, that's actually a good idea. I just thought of another idea. So, thanks for watching this. This is very, very... it's a work in progress. This is farther than I thought I'd be able to go, even though I have done something similar to this before with other cars. They just have been so inconsistent and hitting walls all the time that I just gave up. So, yeah. If you guys want to see more of this, maybe with more cars, please just leave a comment or a like or whatever, and I will definitely keep this going. My memory cache computer that I said I was making, I haven't really worked on it because of this idea that I had, this inspiration. So, yeah, you'll probably see a separate video for that sometime in the future, but for now, you're just going to get some of this racing stuff until I get that figured out. Maybe make a new course that has right turns instead of just left turns, because the cars are capable of doing right turns as well. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Blue is making a move on cyan right here. Yellow is still in the lead. Blue is going to take this turn sharply and cause a collision. Oh, that puts both blue and cyan out of the race. I believe that eliminates blue. Cyan is out as well. They're going to just flip around in the corner there in frustration because they lost, and that's how this race is going to be, because collisions are too tough to try to reset. And yellow looks like it's going to be yellow as the winner as opposed to being in the back, unless you count as him almost being overlapped. Anyways, yeah. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, night, or evening, and I will see you next time.